And we continue to remember the lives lost during the September 11th terrorist attacks.
Jasmine Monroe has the story of two local kids who reflect on the impact of the events of that day, which they watched unfold while they were students.
Negative contact, we're looking at 93.
Now we're at 20 years, you still feel it. You still get the chills. It still hits home.
September 11, 2001 is a day many of us will never forget.
You don't want to comprehend that someone did this to your country on purpose. That's hard to take in.
The attack remains one of the most traumatic events of the century, not only for Americans, but for the world.
It's just still in your mind.
Olivia and Nick Toney were in the 5th grade during the time of the attack and remember vividly how it felt to be a student living during a historic moment.
We're sitting at a desk just like this, and I remember we had a little TV in the corner of our room, and I can remember my teacher turning on that TV, and I can remember seeing the World Trade Centers, just like in the video we just saw. And then students were just leaving. I can remember wondering why everyone was going home, and my teacher was upset. I can remember her crying.
I remember thinking, some people just lost their parents here, and I couldn't understand why or who would do something like this. I was hoping it was an accident. I remember thinking that, just your optimistic middle school brain, like, oh, it was an accident.
But it wasn't an accident. In all, 2,996 people lost their lives in the attack, forcing Americans to come together in ways many could not imagine.
Just seeing the American flag fly and our country come together, I think COVID is similar. It was a devastating situation, and just like 9/11, but seeing how people respond and come together as a country or as a group of people is just amazing.
And those acts of heroism in a time of need left a lasting impression that changed the way we think each day.
As difficult as 9/11 was, it's so important that we remember all the families that were affected by it. And we remember all the first responders that were involved and their families and the lives that were lost. Not only that too, it's how, we can come together as a people and as a country to handle these times of adversity. And really, when things get tough, we want to rely on each other.
Now, that was the first time Olivia and Nick watched the attack since the 5th grade, and when they were 10 years old. They tell me that even now, at 30 years old, it still feels so surreal. And Dave, I think that all of us during that time can remember vividly what happened that day. And they were telling me, in that video, which is on YouTube, you can hear what happened on the planes when it went to Shanksville. You can hear what happened when it hit the Pentagon, and all of those calls, just hearing that and knowing that you were just sitting in your seat in school and knowing what was going on around you. It definitely gives you the chills.
Yeah, it certainly does, Jasmine. And watching that piece makes me think of being a kid and going back and being in school and remembering things and questioning and wondering why this is happening. And certainly that's what you feel there with them. So interesting to see their perspective now watching it as adults.
It is. And I do actually I wanted to add that Nick is a principal now at Amherst. And now he tells people and students his, experience during 9/11. So it's just giving back.
Yeah, he can be there for those students. Yeah. Oh, Jasmine. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, today, Third Federal is holding a special remembrance ceremony to mark 20 years since 9/11. They will place 2,977 American flags on the front lawn of the bank's Cleveland headquarters. The ceremony starts at 1:30 p.m. and the thousands of flags will remain on the lawn through this Sunday, September 12th.